I mean, you can just see across the faces of all of our kids, like, we have to figure this out together. It went from really fun to like,
yeah, it escalated about as fast as something can escalate.
Let's come back together because we're going to need team play here. Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're excited to be with you guys today. And it feels like my seat's been warmed up for a couple episodes because you had some special guests in with you last time, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fun.
Good time with the girls.
Yeah.
It was fun letting them talk and chat and kind of voice their thoughts on things.
We'll do more in the future episodes here with some of their specific goal setting stuff. But it was fun. It's been a fun season of this winter, our first winter here in Boise. Right now, we're literally looking outside of our office, our studio window, and it's those big, fluffy, poofy snowflakes falling like crazy. Trees are all white, ground's all covered. Kids just threw on all of their Carhartts and snow gear and Boggs boots and face masks and probably grabbed their sleds, and they're going to go sled down the neighbor's yard.
It sounds like you're doing an advertisement. Carhartts, Bog boots, like all this stuff.
Should get some affiliate income from this, Maybe we'll work on that.
So please contact us, and we'd love to promote those items that we use on a regular basis here.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, so yeah, we've had fun with the kids, and we're in early January now, and we're excited about this upcoming year. We just had a pretty cool experience. Some of our friends pointed out to us that there's this big snow tubing hill that gets made over in this local park. It's kind of like a big park actually around here where they do pretty big events, hundreds of acres kind of a park. And they have this one hill that they make snow on, and they have 3 big chutes for being able to take your snow tubes down it. And you can go down, you get flying, you go over little jumps, you kind of go up a bermed wall, come around, run into a bunch of mats in the ground to stop you from traveling so fast. And then they put you back up like a little rubber escalator kind of a thing to get you back up the hill so you don't have to actually walk the hill, which, as us parents, we know we do it about once if we have to walk the hill all the time. But we just had that experience. It was a good time, wasn't it?
Everything's fun until it's kind of not, but we'll get to the story. It's so funny because they were like, go try this. This is something you do here in the Boise area. Like everybody goes tubing. And I'm thinking to myself, we just came from Wisconsin where there's no artificial snow needing to be made. Like you simply take your tube that you just used all summer in the lake and scoot down the big hill, and it's free.
Yeah, here everybody has to, pay $30 a person or something to be able to get an hour worth of tubing. And we're like, we just go up to like the local middle school hill.
So everybody was making a big deal of it. And, $300 later, we are signed up to go for an hour and a half to the local tubing place. Yeah. And honestly, at first when people kept telling us the kids are excited, you're getting excited. I'm like, all right, let's go try this. I'm a little nervous. We have a 5-year-old who's going to get in a tube and we're just going to push her down this huge hill. But everyone said it's going to be cool. So let's go try.
Yeah, we're hearing stories. People are like, I had my 2-year-old on there with me. I was front packing a kid at one point. It was great. It was fun. Etc. Right?
And so we get there and like Greg said.
So we chose a day. First of all, you had to buy in advance, right? And then they don't cancel for any kind of weather or anything. When we go, it was like 36 degrees. So it wasn't really snowing that day. It was a little bit like rainy, drizzly that day. So as we're there, we're kind of in this rain. But it's also, you got to remember, it's landing on snow, right?
That they made. So it's not even like, and on top of that, I'll just back up for a minute. How many parents think when you sign up to do this stuff, you're like the coolest parent? Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, we're the coolest parents in the world right now.
Especially going and doing it with them.
Yes. I'm literally like, here we go. We're going to go spend the money. We're going to go take time. We're going to do all this stuff. It's going to be awesome. And I'm thinking, Greg and I are high-fiving, like, here we go. Let's do this thing. Like,
Parents of the Year.
Parents of the Year.
It's only like
again.
January 3rd.
We're already rocking it. You know what I mean? So I literally think, okay, we got this. Let's go. And so we pack all up and everyone puts on, all their gear. And as you can imagine, party of 8, we have a lot of gear that we're putting on upon gear is what we're putting on. Yeah. So once we get there, we kind of look at it and I mean, the hill is good size. I mean, it's not some little rinky dinky, half-made thing.
No, it's legit.
It's legit. We come up, they call our whatever color, hey, blue team, you're up now. And we're like, okay, let's go. And our 5-year-old is looking like, not really sure about this. Greg's like, this is going to be awesome. The kids are like already like passing us. They're already going up with their tubes. Like they're ready to go. And so there's like a fast, medium, and slower type, I guess, sled area.
So we found out, yeah.
Yeah, so we found out the hard way. We get there and we do like, at first, Greg, myself, and Hunter are going to go down together. So we did like the medium one. We're like, let's go in the middle. And we later find out it's kind of the medium, of it. The kids were automatically going to the one that all the kids had already figured out was like supposedly the fastest one ever. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, okay, well, be careful. And they go going.
Just flying down.
I think he's on his stomach.
He's already up back behind us again before we even go down. I don't even know how. I think he's, wiggling his way through lines.
I'm pretty sure. He's so cute. He for sure wiggled himself through. Mm-hmm. We go through Hunter's eye. The first time we go down, Greg's eyes were as big as...
Well, it was the 3 of us, right? So
and we're attached to each other.
We attached, which basically means there's a rope off the front of your tube. You hook it through the other person's handle, then you hold onto the rope, and then you do it to the other tube too. So it's me, and then Hunter in the middle, and then you.
And I'm holding kind of Hunter in with one hand.
And you just got to picture this. You got like a 15-year-old kid at the top of the hill, and he's like, yeah, just hook up. I'll push you off the hill,
He's like, you want to spin?
And when you're up there, you're looking, and you're like, this is a pretty legit hill, actually.
Well, and then they asked us to spin. You guys want to be spun around?
Well, and I'm not too worried about like you and me, but I'm thinking, what did we get Hunter into here?
I am too.
I'm saying.
But you're like...
And Hunter's like just looking at us like, I trust you, Mom and Dad.
And so her eyes are big. But Greg's eyes are as big as Hunter's head.
Well, they shoot us down the hill, and because he half spun us, I'm going down backwards. Hunter's up in front of me. I see her perspective looking down where we're going. Her eyes are so big. Like, she's just like, what is happening?
Like, I see you both.
I'm thinking she's going to flip over on me,
I'm holding her in. And I'm seeing both your eyes. And Hunter later explains that Mom said that my eyes were big, but Dad's eyes were as big as my head, is what she says. We finally get down there and Greg goes, that was awesome, huh? And she's like, uh-huh. And I'm looking like, okay. Yeah. So we're like, let's go again, maybe?
Yeah.
So we kind of head back up. And at this point, Hunter's not dragging her tube anymore. She's tired of this already after one time.
Yeah.
So you and I are like taking turns dragging up this tube. We get up there and I guess we went on the slowest one. It really didn't feel slow to me.
No.
But we went on the supposed slowest one. And we hit that up like 2-3 times, something like that. The kids have already gone like literally.
Yeah, they're just lapping us.
20 times at this point. We finally come up and you only really have like an hour and 15 minutes. And we're coming on like the hour. And Dad's like, I'm going to try that one over there. Because the kids had convinced you that it was the fastest one. So
well, we did the middle one too, the second fast one with Hunter.
We did it first, and then we did, and then you're like, I'm going to go on. If it's the fastest, I want to go try it.
Yeah.
And so the kids are like, oh yeah, it's so cool. And Hunter's like, I kind of don't know about.
Remember though, first we're like, okay, hey, why don't we try to do one all together, right? And we decided to go down the middle one the first time. Right, I got a video of it.
Of all 8 of us. That's right. And that was smart. Yeah, that's right.
So we went down the middle one, mostly just because the line was short for that round. And so we get there, and I'm thinking, this is pretty crazy, connecting 8 tubes together, But they don't seem like they have a problem with it. So, all right, here we go. We'll trust the 15-year-old
I later find
kid who's working for pizza today.
I later find out there's a sign that says no more than 7 hooks up. But
so anyway, so we hooked together. And again, I don't really feel like there's a lot of rules, which was good and bad, I guess. The good part was I got to get my phone out, and I got a really good selfie video of us going down the hill with the 8 of us, and it was really fun. So it was the first time we did it. It was just kind of just fast and, fun and kind of crazy. And we're like, oh, the older kids, especially like Drews and, Bella, and then they're just like, that was amazing, because the more weight you have, the faster you go, right? So when there's 8 of us,
and
like
you
that,
and me joining,
and
and
I'm bringing my 240 down the hill,
and we're not just bringing a little 50 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, we were cruising.
I mean, we got moving. I mean, we did the berm all the way to the top of the berm, pretty much.
And I was kind of good at that point. My mom heart was like starting to feel like, oh, I'm getting done soon. My stomach was a little hurting, and I'm trying to be brave for the kids because, again, Mom of the Year award, I'm going to keep going, So we finally go up, and Greg's like, I really want to try the fast one. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, we all try it. Let's all try it. And everyone's like, yeah, good idea. And I'm thinking, okay. And you can see my eyes. I'm a little nervous, but I keep hearing, it's the fastest one, Mom. It's so cool. Let's all hook together. It's the fastest. And I'm thinking, I'm cool. I don't, and Hunter's looking at me too, like, I don't know if we need to do the fastest one.
So we get all hooked together. And again, we were all trying to have a plan where
there's no plan.
It was like you were towards the front. The plan
was
was
Hunter in the middle.
The plan was like surround Hunter and keep her in the middle.
Keep her in the bumpers. Yeah.
And everybody kind of had an eye on her, and even my sweet little boy Drewsy, he has his, he's really looking out for her, even though he wants to go flying down this hill 100 miles an hour. When you get down, they push us off this hill. And I'm in the back, which probably isn't the best thing because I'm like the caboose pushing this thing, right? And so we get going, and I remember you first come off it, and like all the front people kind of pull ahead.
You kind of fall off.
But then I catch up, and I like start
push
just
like
bulldozing everybody.
Because it's like bumper cars.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, the bumpers are hitting each other, and we're moving. So, and Greg's keep pushing ours.
So you got to keep in mind, we're an hour plus into this. It's been raining the whole time. The rain is freezing when it lands on the snow. So these hills now are fast. Like they're slick. And so it's not like snow hill anymore. It's like ice hill now. And so we get going down this hill. And at first everybody's just like, yeah, woo,
it's all fun and games.
And all of a sudden everybody started getting a little quieter, and we hit the like little jump thing, and all of a sudden nobody really knows what's happening. We keep getting faster and faster and faster. And next thing you know,
the snowbank, I just want to say, it was so high up.
Yeah, it's such a huge berm.
It went so high up to the point where
it comes up like, it almost curls over.
Right.
Because they don't want to shoot people over.
It almost kind of curled over. So as we're speeding down, seriously, faster than we ever should have been.
We were probably doing 50, 60 miles an hour. I mean,
and Greg kind of like keeps like, pushing from the back. And before we know it, you guys, I am not kidding. Like we all stopped like laughing, and it got really kind of quiet, and we go up on this ice
berm.
Is that berm? And it was like literally kids started flying out of the tube.
So how we ended up spinning by the time we hit the berm was Ellie, who's our second smallest and lightest.
Tiny little girl.
She's like at the top where it's going to hit the top of the berm. So I'm sitting there in the back, and all of a sudden, just picture going, 50 miles an hour, and all of a sudden you hit this wall that slides you up. And then the people who go all the top of the part of it, which was Ellie and Chrissy and Bella, they all flip over on top of the rest of us.
But like literally slow motion, I see our sweet little 10-year-old's big eyes staring at me out of her tube. I'm holding on to Hunter with one arm, like, oh my gosh, so turn this ride off.
So we've all talked about this like 10 times, and all of us like blacked out and don't even know what happened. And we all have a little different perspective. But basically what happened, Bella flipped off, landed on me, on my tube, then bounced back into her tube.
Thank God. Like
Chrissy was next to her. She flipped, landed off the tube, landed with like her body. All I remember is seeing Chrissy where she went flying, and all of a sudden she's like on her stomach, and she goes, like the wind got knocked out of her, and her body was off the tube, but like thankfully her like head was on the tube.
Her head was still hanging, like body was still hanging on. Like
Ellie had fallen off
out of the tube completely,
and then got ran over
by all of us. You guys, literally, like again, all fun and games.
Drew's fell out, and then he got stuck between the tubes,
all of our
so
tubes.
He's on his butt sliding on the ice
and ran over his sister.
And he's so concerned about Buns, he's trying to hold her.
And so Hunter's literally, her eyes are now as big as Greg's head.
So then all of a sudden, like, we're just like, I remember Chrissy was my main focus because she was right in my line of sight. And she, and I thought she'd be, and then she starts yelling, Ellie, 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 Ellie. She got nervous about Ellie. I'm like, what happened to Ellie? You know?
Well, and we probably got to talk a little bit about it in the next one because we're still like leading up to this. Like literally, you guys, it was one of those slow motion yet fast motion episodes that were happening. And as all this is happening, I mean, you can just see across the faces of all of our kids, like, we have to figure this out together. Like, what just happened? And people are getting hurt quickly. Like, it went from really fun to, like...
Yeah, it escalated about as fast as something can escalate.
Let's come back together because we're going to need a team play here. And I will just tell you guys, like, as it continued, I mean, at one point, you know, Greg and I are screaming for each other to help find our kid. And...
Yeah, let's talk about the reaction on the next one here.
Okay.
We'll leave a little cliffhanger. You guys can see after everybody got ran over and flipped over what happened next. Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.